Look, I don't even care that I'm starting out smoking this tobacco, right? So sorry for the issue with that, but I am tracing back to the Sagittarius joint I didn't finish yesterday. My bad, because I'm not feeling well. I'm gonna try to get that in and then like finish the rest of those joints I had pulled. But then again, I might just re-pull for those other signs. Like after I finish this Sagittarius spread, I might just pull something new for the other signs since I took so damn long anyways. The energy could have, changed, but yeah, that for that. I hope I didn't scare you away. And the upright and that was underneath of it. You have no idea how much you put me through in the verse. So then, and then what I was saying about that was like, hold on, hoping I stay away from that something through the verse and then what else? I know the lines of this minute. Oh yeah, like maybe somebody didn't realize like how much like they put you through and stuff like that. And like maybe if that was like a reason why you detached from somebody, that could have been why. Then I just started seeing someone actually in the reverse. So maybe you're not like seeing any new people and stuff like that. That comes underneath of I can't keep helping you all the time. So maybe you took a break from like dating or like to like self reflect, like be in a more meditative state to yourself. Just to get like some peace of mind maybe, and you're not like going out as much like on like days and stuff to like go meet people because it's like in reverse. Maybe with the can't keep helping you all the time. Maybe that was the reason why. Like maybe if you meet people, it always be like they need some type of help or want some type of my bad financial assistance or something like that. Maybe or just need something in general from you. Maybe even if it could be like just your energy or like just your time in general. So possibly you could be, not doing that type of stuff and maybe just, kind of dating yourself. Then underneath that tornado between the two, we got you are the light to my darkness in reverse. So maybe it could be like, it could be maybe two different energies where that could be like a pro and a con type thing. Like maybe one person brings out like your light side and maybe one person could be like more toxic or something if you're like stuck in between two different options and maybe who you wanted to deal with or maybe that could be a reason why you don't deal with one particular energy in general because maybe you don't feel like they bring out the light within you, like with the you are the light to my darkness in reverse, or maybe they could have been the type of energy that kind of like you know heals like their darkness through like siphoning like your light energy in a way. Kind of like if you're like in this, if you're like a comforting type of person, like someone she got extra kitchen for the pushing, she looks comfortable in the white and something like that. So it could be like that type of energy for someone who feel safe at home with you. Any comfortable to like tell you things that open up to stuff like that, but it could be like in a way where maybe like putting that type of energy or just like, needing help all the time, whether it be like advice or like just being there or something like that, emotional support. It could be something where maybe you branch away from them because it could be like draining or something. Or maybe like it's like one person more like that, like with the twin in between the two. If there's someone that you bring like some type of deep reflective like meditative state in, and there's like one person that needs help all the time, and one doesn't, and maybe one is more like emotionally demanding, like come to you, issues, problems to talk to you about, and then it's kind of like you're kind of like some type of guru to them and stuff. Maybe you give them advice or something, or comfort them, make them feel better. Whereas maybe one side could maybe trigger you, or maybe get you into the type of energy where something your light side, I guess, like like get you riled up, maybe mad. Underneath of that, being with you hinders my walk with God in the upright. Comes this in the upright. We should move in together. So maybe it was even like an issue with that. And it's also underneath that I'm one step closer in reverse. Maybe somebody had plans of trying to like maybe offer moving in with you or wanted to like live with you or that was like the goal of they're trying to like maybe rush into that or something. Maybe spiritual beliefs, just the way with that you are the light to my darkness in reverse, and then the you being with you hinders my walk with God. Maybe you can know like, all right, I don't know if I could deal with this person because maybe they could bring out like your demon time. You see like that shadow in the background, like maybe you're just like, like if we argue now or if we whatever type of energy it could be possibly. Or maybe if you feel like with that, I never lied to you, please believe me, energy reverse. Maybe if you feel like they lied to you about something, they were dishonest, and they don't even realize maybe how much that could have put you through, like hurt you or affected you or something like that. Maybe, or maybe even them just needing a lot of help from you, something like that. If you were someone that was supporting them in any type of way, would it just be like you always answer their calls and need something, or if they needed some type of money, or if they needed somewhere to crash, or like an opinion or something like that, or some clothes or just anything like oh you gotta, maybe you feel like that, like it's like kind of like spent out, like like you make those little IU cards when you're a kid and shit. Like I'll watch this now, do like maybe like all those little notes are like used up. It's no more of them. Anyways, hold on. The next one is yeah. Wow, I said IOU cards. That's crazy. So like I said, you can believe me or not. Even though I've had these pulled for days, I pulled this up. I don't like look at what's on the back. I don't know what was going to be next. I haven't memorized every single like photo with what I wrote down. Some of them I remember when I see the faces, but I haven't used these so much to the point where, I still be adding new ones. Like I'm about to add some new ones today. So that's why I said I might redo the energy for the other ones since it sat for days, and I don't want people to just send the messages some magical way. No, the tarot fairy just swoops in, like snip doing that to my nose because of whatever the fuck. Just do that because I be getting try to press the buttons, nigga. It just be happening. You owe me big time though. That shit's funny because remember I said that I owe you cards, so. I didn't know it said that. Maybe it could be someone that's underneath it here. What do you want from me? Damn, maybe somebody feels like, maybe it's someone that feels like you owe them, but you just feel like what the fuck do you want? Like, I don't owe you shit or something. Or maybe it's like I said, with the overgiving, if you've given like a lot, maybe it's just like, what do you want now? Like, I've already given type thing, especially if you feel like it's someone that has lied to you. Sad. Next, underneath it, I hope I didn't scare you away. We got you're always assuming the worst. So maybe that's even an energy that could have scared you away. If there's someone that could be pessimistic or always trying to take negative conclusions or some shit like that, maybe that could have been something that's irritate to you or cause issues, or maybe one of those factors that don't hold moving in together thing. And then if they just started seeing someone actually. Maybe even something like that, like maybe if they're the type of accuse you or something, or seeing other people and you're not or something, you didn't believe you like that. Then we got this, stop acting like we're still together in the upright. That's underneath I just started seeing someone in reverse. So maybe, even though you're not with someone else, possibly, I'm just going on all types of different energies. You don't have to go, with the storyline. This anybody that is a Sag or has some type of Sag in there. Chart somewhere, possibly. What was I to say? Come back. It could be even though you're not maybe seeing a particular person, maybe if they're not around you, maybe they just assume you gotta be seeing somebody else, and maybe you're not. Maybe you're not seeing nobody, but you also just want them to stop maybe missing you or acting you guys are still in some type of relationship, but maybe somebody doesn't get that. Or something like that. With the maybe with that falling under that I can't keep coming you all the time. Maybe if it's somebody that you're not dating anymore with that, I just started seeing someone new or I just started seeing someone actually in reverse. If you guys stop seeing each other and they still kind of confide or come to you needing stuff as if there's someone that's with when you're dating someone and stuff, it's kind of easy to be oh hey, can you do this, can you do that? But when you're not together, that's kind of not your obligation problem anymore. If you're a friend or something, that's different, but still, there's even boundaries that comes with that. Then with you got the light to my darkness in reverse. We have this one in reverse. I can't help it if people are attracted to me in reverse. Maybe somebody didn't like to take it. Oh, but that comes underneath of the tone in between the two as well. Maybe somebody could have maybe gone on the dark side or a darker side of the more possessive or mean or. Because he kind of looks like a butler, and a butler, caters to somebody, so that. Kind of seems protective. Kind of seems Maybe it could have been like a guardian type of energy like that that didn't like you maybe dressing a certain way or getting any type of attention. If you are someone that lots of people tend to like, look at or stuff, and it don't even have to be like attraction wise, it could just be like your energy. Like you go somewhere, it's just kind of like that type of energy. Like, look at those old ass movies where they slow shit down and stuff. It could just feel like that, and maybe it's somebody that just be like, no, dope, like that type of. So maybe that could have even been some type of thing there with the tone between the two. If you're just like, no, I don't even want to deal with that as well. Maybe it could have even been torn between the two of like autonomy, like being able to be your own individual self, or being with someone that kind of makes you feel maybe restricted, like you know what I'm saying? What was I about to say? I hear you on the time, because you got them tiger stripes. Um, even the zebra and stuff. I was about to say, like, if someone's controlling and restricting over your energy, it does take away from your individuality. They're telling you, no, don't do this, just this. You know what I'm saying? It takes away a sense of freedom and stuff like that. So you could have been torn up between the two, like, yeah, I like dealing with you, but then I'm with you, and I feel like I be my full self. Like, so you're gonna like this, then you're gonna like, be trying to like regulate my energy or like my freedom or just my sense of expression and creativity, or even like gauge and control of my social interactions with others. Then we got maybe in another lifetime that came upright. That's in that we should move in together. Maybe somebody feels like that could have been something that would have been possibly, but maybe it's just too many things like the being with you here is my walk with God. And with that one step closer in reverse, maybe it was someone like I said that could have maybe took too late. But I heard that it's just a little too late, a little too long, in a game way, just a right mistake. It's just a little too late. So like me, just like the chase, be real, doesn't matter anyway. So maybe you be like that. Even with that, you have to like to my 30s in reverse. Like I said, maybe like you're finding your own light because you see some light in the background. Like maybe you're holding your own little light and using it to using it to light the pathway to find like the larger light, like the source or something. And connecting to God with that being with you hinders my walk with God. Maybe if like if you move in or you allow yourself to like live with somebody, it could make you feel like you might wind up drifting off from like maybe your spiritual connection to the creator, your higher power source, or whatever they could even whatever you connect to, or just maybe your individual self, your inner power and strength possibly, or self love or something of the sort. Underneath that you owe me big time. I really thought you were the one. Maybe it was someone that he dealt with that loved you, something like that, and then he thinks it worked out and he thought that you were the one, but maybe with that, I never lied to you, please believe me. And then also the what you want from me and you owe me big time thing. Maybe they could have felt like you lied to them and used them and stuff, so it's kind of like what you type thing, and now they want like I want my money back type shit. And now I'm young lady, now I want my money back type shit, or you go fuck with me, I want my money back type shit. It could be that type of energy too. Sad. With that, you're always assuming the worst. Underneath of that is I don't like doing things on impulse. So that could have also been with that moving and thing too. And I hope I didn't scare you away. Maybe that could have been something that scared you away if someone didn't give you enough time to heal or getting over, like if they lied to you or something, or if there was some type of misunderstanding or something they did that impacted you, right? Maybe that's the reason why they're not one step closer and it's like in the reverse because that could have scared you away with it being maybe pessimistic or something like that. Or maybe gave them, it could have put them in that energy. Then not being paranoid, but just like with that assuming the worst thing, maybe like just going off like well in the past you learned that this is stuff. So now I don't want to like take things too fast and move on to impulse because I need to know if I can trust or I need to, because what if this bad thing happens? Or what if that happens? That type of shit. Even then, something like that. Then with this, stop acting like we're still together. And I just started seeing someone actually in reverse, and I can't keep up with you at the time. We got don't be so hard on yourself. Maybe it could have even been like if you were rejecting someone, they could have been taking it really hard on themselves or just like taking it the wrong way, or like maybe you don't have any like hard feelings or something like that, or you don't want to hurt someone's feelings or something like that in that type of sense. If you reject like helping them or something like that, or maybe someone's like trying to use it like get you that type of sense, like like with that reverse psychology type shit, but more so getting like maybe you just not wanting to hurt someone by just like trying to drive it home that I can't keep up with you, we're not together no more, or something like that, maybe, or like slow down or something. Hold on. Right, trying to draw my phone throat up and shit. Like, dang. Hold up on the camera to draw my bad. Next, we got I don't think we should mix business and romance. So then this could even been like maybe somebody you worked with or went to a partnership with, or maybe if you guys used to date, now you're gonna do business. Maybe that's like something like that, or maybe if you guys did business and got into a relationship, maybe that was like an issue, you know, that could have messed things up possibly. Like with that, it calls under torn in between the two. So maybe, like I said, you was torn maybe between like your love for someone, and maybe if you like work with them, like your career, if it's like one of those type of jobs where like there's no like dating between like employees or something, or I don't know. Take that how it resonates. Then why do you keep pushing me away? Comes out. This is the last line for Sagittarius. That's underneath of that one step closer reverse. The being with you hinders my path with God, my walk with God. The we should have been together and maybe in another lifetime. So maybe because someone's just not feeling it, like, you know, like maybe they feel like with that one step closer in reverse and that being with you and it's my path with God, like maybe they feel like if they came towards you, like I said, it would push them back some steps and stuff like that. Especially maybe if like then you're just like, oh, let's move in together. Let's, maybe they feel like that. And maybe in another lifetime, and maybe that's why they're pushing you away just because they don't feel it's something that will work out, now or this in this age, I guess. Then we gotta can't even imagine what's said when I'm not around. So maybe with that, I never lied to you. Please believe me. Maybe they could have talked about you behind your back if you guys have like a mutual friend group, or like if they know somebody that you know, or just in general, maybe you could have heard, or maybe somebody could have told you that they said something about you, maybe that wasn't true. Maybe they were trying to convince you that no, like if it wasn't something you heard directly from them, maybe it was something that went around and that was underneath of that. I really thought you were the one. Maybe, like I said, it could have happened, and that was the thing that turned you off from that person. Like, thank God helped you and stuff like that. But that would have went for me and reverse you over big time. If they lied to you, use you help them and stuff like that, and then you heard them talking about you behind your back and stuff, and you really had thought that they were the one, so you kind of felt like, like heartbroken or something. Like, just kind of that person standing there at the dance, like, dang. Like, I thought I was going to be coming here dancing with you and shit. The whole time you were there with your friends laughing. I don't know, something energy like that. Underneath of the I don't like to do things on impulse. And we got that turtleneck energy, but I ain't. Well, we got this in reverse. I wish you would give me a shot. In reverse, so I don't know, it's really like, it just felt like somebody just coming in too late, not understanding that whatever they did, like, changed the dynamic of things. And, like, you does impact you, like, you do care about that, and you're not willing to just jump straight into something. Maybe with that assuming the worst, maybe they were trying to be like that, like try to project it onto you, like, oh, you're just being negative on them. It's like, nah, nigga, you lied, and you don't understand how much you put me through and stuff. Like, that person was angry, like, you don't understand? Why y'all that? Like, type of shit. So then we got this here. Why didn't you help me? Damn, that's funny with that. I can't keep helping you all the time. That's fucking crazy because of the deep of that. Like, this person's dope kidding. Like, why didn't you help me? Like, maybe they trying to come off in that type of energy. Or maybe, like, say you have a soft spot for this person. Or maybe, like, they know, like, your weak spot or your weakness. Or they know, maybe they play on, like, knowing that you care or some shit like that. Or maybe they play on knowing that you're not going to go out and see other people or something with that. I just started seeing someone actually, and then maybe they try to act like you're still eligible to treat you like, for them to treat you like y'all still together, and then they play like victim or something, like just be like, try to be hard on themselves, so you forget to take your sympathy and they want like help them or something, maybe like stop doing that. And that's why they're like, why didn't you help me? Why didn't you help me? Why didn't you help me? Ayúdame. Ayúdame. Ayúdame means help me. Ayudar is to help. Ayudar. Ayúdame. Ame is to me. So the help comes to me. Ayúdame, like the helping of me, someone else outwards outside. Anyways, I'm starting to teach us. That's the worst thing you could have done. That's at the end. That's the worst thing you could have done. So this person here is just maybe sitting in this reflective state with that torment between the two. Maybe it's like one of those type of things. You know how, like, I don't know if you ever had to split with somebody and it's like, you're going to regret this type. Maybe if somebody's going like that energy with that torment between the two, like if you made your choice between somebody, like that's the worst thing you could have done. Or maybe, however, somebody treated you and stuff, it ended like in a way, like that's the worst thing you could have did. Maybe, by betraying them or something, or like ruining a relationship, or I won't say ruining a relationship, but whatever led up to, I guess, things not working out. But also it could have even been like, maybe they did something, like say like if you guys had a relationship going on, but you also worked together and you were supposed to make it to where it's not like, public and everybody's knowledge like that, and they brought that type of stuff to like the workplace and like fucked up your money, like did something like that. And this is about like negative attention with that. I can't help if people find me attractive, like maybe they could have did something like that. Like with that, you are the light to my darkest universe, like they brought something to life and stuff. Maybe they feel like that's the worst thing you could have done. They just, felt like they have like, yeah, I'm on this. Yeah, you can't really see his face, but he kind of like yeah, you fucked up type thing, So maybe they really did not like that shit. If there was something like that, or maybe if there was someone you worked with, they all worked together off some trio type of thing, and then they dealt with somebody else with the tournament between the two, and they found out about that with that. I don't think we should mix business with romance, right? Maybe like if they lied or something like that, like yeah, if you do it, blah blah blah, y'all all work together and stuff. I feel like that's everything we could have done. Like either we change the business, the trust, fucking out somebody's money, or just anything like that of the sort. So that's my read for this Sag. Okay. And this was actually cool 2 days ago. I apologize so much. So the Cancer read was in this box, but for some reason, I think my foot kicked it when I fell asleep. And I'm thinking that I'm probably going to just re-pull for. So if you watch the last two videos, even though it's got 0 views, I see they have to, right? I'm still speaking as if this will get seen at some point. And if you want to see the other signs, because like I said, I don't do this for the flower. Like, I genuinely want to help people. I genuinely want to display my skills and get better at it to the point where, because I already know I'm a beast without cards. You don't get it, nigga. I think I'm alien if you did this in person. No cards, me just sitting with you, looking you in here. I'm telling you, I will put my life on it, bet it that you can line up 100 people and I can do this. I'm not, I'm crazy. You're going through manic. No, I'm not having no manic motherfucking episode, bitch. I'm not bipolar. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, if you have literally witnessed and seen yourself do something for years, then at one point, I printed out people's reactions to my psychic readings. I have some from damn near 2015 and people asking, am I roses? Am I God? I'm not being fucking funny. There was a whole folder that I left at somebody's house that had that stuff. So I don't give a fuck how much people keep trying to try me. There's people around. I've been reading for over 10 years. I started reading when I was 18 and 30. So you around that know that I'm the real deal. I don't just be over here. I'm trying to get better with directing the energy towards signs, though. Like, I've never been the type to delve into trying to tap into specific. So, like, I'm the type that when I'm near you, if I were to do a reading on you, I would to ask you in person, to just think about whatever it is. on your mind that you truly want either some guidance with, some answers on, some, and don't say it out loud, of course, and then I would just hold your hand. I probably put my thumb in the palm of both of your hands, and we'll tell yourself to get to a relaxing state. And then once you're ready, maybe you're both relaxed. I also would pray to Jesus Christ. I'll let you know that I believe in Jesus Christ is all that I'm going to pray to. And then it would go from there. Whatever I pick up from there, generally it would always be something that answered whatever they was thinking about, if not more so. And that shit would lead into, it could go to 30 minutes, it could go to an hour, and it started first. I would just ask for $5. Nobody's booking me. Nobody's like, every time when I was doing that for those years, I wasn't even charging. The first time I ever charged was one of the times I was homeless because I had no money. And I just started like, dang, because most of my life I kept thinking, dang, once I figured out about the gifts, I thought, if I do this for money, then it'll be bad because I figured help should be free. Like if somebody needs help, why should you charge them for it? I felt like that was wrong. But then once I started to see other people that claim these things are getting all that money, I'm like, wait a minute, but it wasn't even that though. It was once I got in the predicament, I really needed some money and I had nothing. I'm outside, I'm like, damn. I remember I did a reading with some chick on like a mega bus. And she wound up giving me a hand massage with some oil she made and just smoked some weed with me and shit. And, I was making money. I even remember selling paintings on one of the bus rides home. Different times I moved. But I'm just saying, like, one time there was some dude, I charged $15 for the reading. He met me at the McDonald's up the street. He wanted to help his baby mama. I don't have kids. I don't know shit about shit like that, but God discerned to me what he needed to know, and he literally paid me $200 fucking dollars and gave me a cell phone. I'm not lying. I didn't ask him for that. Like, he hit me up like 2 weeks later and found me wherever I was at because he knew that I wasn't at, my original residence no more. It was a time where I had to go live with a friend because I wasn't getting along with my people here. I left here 6 times. He wanted to thank me. He was like, "What you said, help me with being wrong." No. How am I supposed to know half the reads I do? I don't remember what the fuck I said to them because it's not me. So that's what I'm saying. When you're channeling, and it really is, and God is like that, there's certain people, I had certain visions for them. One dude, the first dude I ever read, I told him he was going to be an auto mechanic or some shit like that. And he still is to this day, and he makes good money with it. And he messaged me on Facebook and told me your prediction came true. There's many times people told me that. So it's really heartbreaking for people to demonize me and keep trying to use certain shit from my past. When half the people I wasn't going around boasting and bragging when I was using my gifts. These same niggas come attack me. Y'all was right there. Y'all weren't paying attention. I've been using these shits all the time. It's just the fact that I didn't show them that. 'Cause you don't talk about that stuff. You don't believe it. Why am I going to do that? I'm not one of those people that's going to record myself feeding the homeless and that shit's fake. Why are you exploiting me? Why are you letting, you know what I'm saying? So the moment that I decide, damn, I actually do deserve to make some money for my gifts because I damn near be fucking accurate as fuck. You don't get it. Like, I'll talk about spot on certain shit. Can tell you what your bedroom looked like as a child. Certain shit you wore. Like, I'm talking about, I love to do the shit where somebody I've never met before. We sit in person like that type of shit there. I brought older people than me to tears. I'm not being arrogant. I'm telling you the absolute truth. I'm sick and tired of people attacking me for this, and I genuinely want to help people. To me, the only people that's attacking me is people that got some type of demonic attachment to them. Y'all are intimidated by a possible soul being released and delivered or demonic possession, shit like that. And them accessing their gifts from God. Because everybody got gifts from God. The chosen people, you don't get it. I just don't believe. You keep trading it out for the other shit. The chocolate coins and shit. They ain't fucking money. But I'm just saying. And that's why I also share the times and how I jumped into using my gifts the wrong way and then to do witchcraft, sorcery, and it's like you don't get it. God let me go through that, let me live it so I can tell other people about the dangers of it. Look at how I look. People didn't believe that I'm me. So I'm just saying, if you burn up a bet, don't do it. I'm just saying. Look, as I'm saying that, I keep flipping these cards this whole time that pops up. Look, get the fuck out of here. Bitch. Like, I'm just saying, man. I'm taking it so, like, I think you're trying to tell me. Oh, well, the shit that I'm telling you that I know, I do know, because I literally lived the shit. I was there, I went through the shit. You're not going to tell me I wasn't doing readings all the fucking time. It got to the point where I was invading people's fucking privacy. That's why I be telling certain readers that do that shit to me. You mess with your paragraph, try to read me, don't do that. That is invading someone's privacy. I remember one time I did that shit. The one nigga on the phone, that nigga was a military nigga. He cussed me the fuck out because I do something about his parents being murdered like the way, but that triggered the shit out of him. Called me a demon, so I was sad from birth to hell. Like I've had many times when he thought I was evil. Look, he want me to break my phone. See that? Do you see how when I said that? And then what happened? Funny as fuck. Comedic timing on par. 3105, right at the fucking 36. Many times been called evil and shit. You just don't understand it. They said the same thing to Jesus. When I say that in comparison to Jesus, I'm not saying it like I am God. No, we're made in this fucking image. And if you made this image, you are like Jesus. Nigga, stop thinking of it as an arrogant motherfucking thing. It's the goddamn truth. That's why you don't love yourself. If you loved yourself, you would realize that you is like Jesus. That's the whole point. Try to get more and more like him. And to hope that by the time when he come back, that he'll make it exactly like him. You're never going to get to exactly like him. So never think that I'm ever comparing myself to thinking I'm God. Nigga, I'm nowhere near. Nigga, I was that damn son. You feel me? Like I'm not trying to be. I'm understand what Orlando girl be saying. Y'all just don't be getting it. I understand all that motherfuckers German Shepherd bitch. Back in the day. God like fire. He's God like a fire. You shut the fuck up. But anyways, yeah, I'm just saying, please just stop it. Like, I'm not trying to. I know the way I come off is like, but it's like, damn, how come Chris Tucker or whatever the fuck was it? Chris Rock can talk like that on Friday and it's comedic, but then when I talk a certain way, it's aggressive. No, that's just how the fuck I talk. Yeah, like, throw it back, man, right up. Like, and it's funny, right? But the way that I talk, you find I'm not yelling, I'm not angry. This is just how I fucking talk, and I can't control that. And I'm so fucking sorry that my passion is like ramped up at different times and it comes off as aggressive because my tone, nigga, I'm not aware of it and I can't like manually tap into your tone, and that's the thing that's impaired. That's what BPD affects. You are your emotions. So y'all keep trying to make it seem like, oh, out of control, you're dead. No, out of control, like I might get too happy. I might get too sad. It's all things that affect me the most, for real. Other people just be bothered by this shit because they think it's fake and exaggerated. They can get the fuck out their ass and understand it don't got shit to do with you. For real, it's like it do but it don't type shit. It's not that fucking deep. It's also BPD, like I said, the difference in that and bipolar, it's not like it weeks and weeks. Nigga, you just have hard of me and 2 hours later I'm fine. It's like you mention it again, oh yeah, kill, and then 20 minutes later he's cooking, I'm fine. It's like squirrel, like it's kind of like that. I can't even explain. Shit's crazy. That's why people be thinking that our cries are fake. No, I can be in a deep cry and motherfucker you say something funny and I laugh. That's just how it is. Like, none of it's fake. Both's fucking real. Why can't you register that? Our moods, this fucking shit. Like, we feel these fucking emotions. Other people, y'all are used to controlling your emotions in the sense of like, I shouldn't laugh at this moment. Is this and that? We're not able to control that. It's just shit funny. We gonna laugh, motherfucker. Like, fuck, I wish I could stop laughing. I should cuss my boss out because that bitch, we already got fired, motherfucker. Fuck you, bitch. Damn it. It's the amygdala that controls your reaction to when something affects you from the outside and externally, something you feel, whether it was a smell, a say, the way somebody looked at you, anything that can trigger like a physical feel. You can look at me a certain way, make you feel like you poke me or something. It's energy. We are that sensitive to fucking energy. So, of course, a lot of people with BPD are psychic. You understand that. That's why it's that narc-empath dynamic. Because usually with narcs, you have to fill out their emotions so you don't piss their ass off. That's why that's why I always do that dynamic. Because the narc-empath, either lover, parental, thingy, freaking either or. You can flip it. You can have a narc child and be a freaking empath parent. You can be a narc parent and have an empath child. You can have a narc lover and it doesn't fucking matter. Right? It could be a boss-employee situation. Regardless of it, the energetic play of it is, usually you have to be sensitive. Like, you have to feel. To me, what I read about it, they don't really fucking feel. That's why everybody be trying to paint me as a narc. No, the fuck I'm not. Nigga, I feel everything. There's a point where to avoid feeling. I smoke weed. I keep myself in a room. So that way nothing you say, I don't even want to hear a sound that might affect me, because if I get to say something, I'm not going to be able to stop. You know, it's almost like you put that quarter inside of that slot. You can't pull that shit back out. You already put it in there. It fell in there. So now the effect's going to fucking happen. That's how it is. That's the part in your prefrontal lobe cortex of your brain controls all of that. There's something in there that triggers a reaction. Like, say, if some boss would be a dick to you, did you know? And that part of your brain is the thing that stops you from being like, what the fuck, blah, 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 you know? I need my job. That part happens for us after our physical reaction happens. It's like a delayed fucking response type thing. And that shit gets us fucked up in many fucking situations because of so many different things that could affect us. A smell, a look, a sound, a motherfucking a feeling. You know, it could be a physical feeling you go through and it just make everything feel worse because your stomach fucking hurt, bitch. Your stomach hurt, the motherfucker mean bitch is stanky this motherfucker. You know, this shit, it sucks. So then you got motherfuckers telling you you're exaggerating. Nigga, no, you had this shit for 24 hours, bitch, to do everything. Certain shit will be way better. Cause you like, what the fuck? Yo, certain shit will be way more fun. It's probably more fun. It's probably more exciting than more stimulating things. That's why they say people with BPD are hypersexual. No, we just feel sex more intensely. We just feel every emotion more intensely than others because we're more sensitive to things. It's not a choosing to be sensitive, like it's a physical, like an actual brain chemical thing. Like you actually experience more of a release of certain chemicals in your brain that react to certain stuff when you go through certain shit. They have scientifically seen this, studied the brain, seen this actually a difference in my brain than other people. You understand? So that's why they call it neurodivergent and divergent. That's why we don't learn the same. Like I'm more of a hands-on learner. You got to physically show me in slow motion. First you press this button, boop. Then you go to this, boop, and tell me every detail too. Don't leave nothing out. I'm not going to fill in the, and assume that no. Tell me, make sure the green light's here and this looks like that every time. You need to go into full detail. Do it a couple times. Marinate. Let me know. Once it's in there repetitive, all right, then I got it. But if we don't do that for about a month, bitch, I'm going to forget it all. Probably. Unless it's like, I can't explain it. It would have to be a function I keep. But if it's not, like, it just depends. Because it also would probably have to be something that I need. You know, I can remember that with a job because I'm getting paid from it. If it's something that I don't actually need it, that I don't get, like, physical stimulation from, some type of happiness from, it's hard for me to remember. Fuck, I turned the wrong light off. I don't get happiness from flipping the light switch on and off. I don't feel physical stimulation or, like, euphoria from doing that. So it's hard to remember that because my body doesn't remember a nothing feeling. You get what I'm saying? That's why I remember pain the most. That's why I remember, like, fucked up situations the most. That's why a lot of people with BPD, it seems like we focus on negative stuff. No, it's because that feeling was more impactful than whatever else. I haven't felt enough love in my life to compare to the amount of pain I had. Maybe if I had more loving experiences, then I would have more, or like more happy times. Like, my music got heard. Or, you know, I got a lot more fucked up interviews that I remember, you know. So it's like that. And it's not like we're doing it in a way to affect. It's just kind of like purple. I remember purple. That time that nigga punched me in my eye was purple. And that's normal for us. And then we can go to talking about something else. It's not that fucking deep. And people exaggerate the shit out of that. I wish people could understand that part of it. But then they minimize the suicidal thing, though. I'm not even going to lie. It's like, that's nothing. Because of how deeply we feel emotions that people think is dramatic, they also think that is dramatic. No, we also be dead ass. Everything we do is dead ass. It's just deeply intense. Please understand that. So, nigga, you know how many times I actually did hang my motherfucking self and get the fuck out of that shit? I've been came a long way, though. It's been like 2 years and a half since I've done any type of suicidal things. That's why ain't nobody going to run that. Nigga, I'm not that type of depressed. I'm not even going to say I'm depressed. I'll say I'm irritated. I'm frustrated. The bit is also tired. At times. That's what it means. I'm fed up with the blocking and stuff like that. So I just wish people could do that because it's like I'm not holding no grudge. It's just if you keep doing something and then it reminds me that it triggers that same reaction of how it affected me that time. That pissed me off. You keep doing the same thing, piss me off. I'm going to be pissed off every time. I'm not going to just stop like that. It's like a bull when they see that red blanket. As soon as they see that motherfucker, You get what I'm saying? And then people will study that about me and use that against me, and that's sick. Some narcs do that. Some motherfucking sociopaths do that. Some do that. But that's the difference. So you know, it has nothing to do with not knowing who I am or having multiple personalities. No, your moods change so much, and people think that you have some type of different personality because one time you were fine and now you're acting this way, and maybe they never seen you that type of emotion before. Well, you never did that type of thing that triggered that reaction of that memory that it reminded them of. Well, I never smelled vanilla before. My mother wore vanilla, and I remember, shit like that. Or like, you get what I'm saying? It's like that. Until that moment happens, and you would never know that, oh, damn, would you see that? Then it triggers you to remember this shit, and then I couldn't even think. I thought there was this one dude that at first got me into anime for a long time. It was years I just couldn't watch anime for a long time. It made me feel very depressed because all I thought about was all the time you spent so many years just being so indwelled into anime. It was like certain things like, anime, J-Rock, you missing on one, had to get that off. But it's hard for us to, I guess, erase that imprint of whatever emotions impacted us the most. And we feel everything energetically and physically, like bodily, physically. We get physical symptoms from emotional things. You feel that shit 10 times more than regular people. Like, this has been studied. So this I'm trying to say, that shit because it sticks and bones, and break my bones, words that hurt me. That's not true. Words hurt the fuck out of us. Words feel like you whipping my skin off my body, bitch. So when you say I have tougher skin, that's like telling someone that can't walk to fucking walk. That literally is crazy to say to a nigga. And I went through that most of my life from like literally everyone, like coworkers, family members, but of course they did not understand that because nigga, I didn't understand it. I didn't notice until I was like 25. Motherfucking, you don't understand how it felt to even see people all races and ages to know exactly what I'm talking about. That burning deep hole in your chest and your anger felt with a fire. And then motherfucking pitch y'all, you don't understand. Like, don't look at me, don't touch me. You know? You don't get it. Or then the love, and you're like, oh my God, I have you. You don't understand. Because fuck. Or fucking, like it's just, it's taken the wrong way. You don't understand our emotions. Because that shit's like 1,000. 1,000 is 1% to us. So that's why sometimes it's hard for us to feel love from others too. Because regular shit is not regular. That feels like nothing. I need more stimulation than regular people because my regular emotions is more than regular people. That's why a lot of times I wasn't satisfied as a kid. I want this. Because once that little happy feeling go away, then I need something else. It's like feeling emotional void and stuff constantly, but it's a disorder. So that's why a lot of them wind up having substance addiction, sexual addiction, because when you think about it, you ejaculate that stimulation. Sometimes certain people wind up having food addictions or eating disorders because that could be even, can trigger into winding up becoming OCD over time. Something a repetitive action where you can have some type of control of it and you get some type of stimulation of, since you can't control your emotions with the DVD, I don't cry and I don't want to cry, I'm talking too much, I don't want to talk. Well, at least I can control my weight. It triggers into all these types of different things. And if you don't know that, then circulate stuff with different keywords. But DVD is curable. You can look that shit up online. It says that like they said, you would take probably dialectical behavioral therapy, which is not medicated. And then, of course, your environment. Your environment matters. You need to be around happy, loving motherfuckers. You need to also do jobs that make you happy and loving things. That's what we need to do. That's why I chose to do the type of work that I chose. Because I know I needed to. And that's why I get sick and tired of motherfuckers that's beat me down. It's like, no, you gonna let me be motherfucking happy. It's been sad my whole fucking life since I was 10. And people that thought I wasn't sad during those times think I was probably drunk. Then you realize that nigga, I used to drink all the fucking time. I don't drink no more. Nigga, if you somebody that drink a lot, stop drinking. Let's see how you really feel, motherfucker. You like, damn. So you all fuck down. A lot of that be like physical pain, and also do help, like with emotional with certain shit. But I want to get to a point of stopping that. But I need to be in an environment where I'm happy at though in order to do that. Like I need that. I need to be more financially stable. Like it's certain things, money. You can get my hands a lot.